Let me just turn this up a tiny bit. There we go, let's stick.
Daniel, must you?
Yeah, you're right there,
What?
son. So, welcome back to the Phasmo Podcast. I'm, damn it. Alright, scratch that. It's been a while. Welcome to the...
Nayfin, come on.
welcome to the Phasmo Podcast with NayNayfin. I'm Nayfin, and today we're with Dan from Adaptations and Harriet from HowAboutHarriet.
Hello.
Hey up.
So it's been a long while. So Dan, the last time we actually did a podcast was back in January of 2025.
Get
Which-
fucked, was it actually?
Yeah, it really was.
It's been a year and you're only on episode 5.
It will be, won't it? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's because we did them all, and then it just took me ages to get them up. But I'm being adamant that I actually get things up at least once a month. Like, I've actually uploaded those sleep videos that I told you I was going to do today. So
Oh, good.
yeah, I'm quite proud of myself. And this
Might have
one,
to stream.
I'm sure I'll get done soon. I want to, because the that movie we watched today had just come out Wednesday, was it?
Yeah.
And that movie in
believe so,
question
yeah.
is Return to Silent Hill. So, as anyone who's watched this podcast knows that me and Dan are fans of Silent Hill, Harriet has literally just dipped in her pinky toe into the pool of Silent Hill. And from today's movie, Harriet, what do you know about Silent Hill?
I mean, I went in hoping for horror, and instead it was just someone's bad decision after another. It's about a man who's got some issues going on. There's a lot of weird people in his life, apart from one sensible person who I've been told isn't even part of the games, his therapist.
Yep.
And it's just a lot of bad shit. Yeah, I don't fully understand it. One minute I'm like, oh, it's all in his head, but then a lot of the stuff that happens doesn't make sense that it's just in his head. I feel I went in knowing hardly anything about it. At one point I thought he was called Leon, and turns out that's a totally different game franchise itself. I've heard of the Pyramid Man, but I feel that since watching this film, I know less.
I was thinking just that. And Dan, as someone who has enjoyed Silent Hill for many years, so much that you stole a song and also did some fan fiction to some extent as a child, as a teenager. What did you think about the movie?
I thought it was good.
No, you didn't.
No, it's fucking awful. Why was it so bad? I don't understand. It's not a hard concept to get right. And Christopher Gans has... I don't even know where to start. How it was that bad.
So I
I
should
knew he was in trouble. Go on.
So I should probably mention that, as always, you're listening to a podcast, expect spoilers as we talk about the new Silent Hill movie. Now, there are, correct me if I'm wrong, there are 3 live-action Silent Hill movies?
This was the third, yeah. Silent Hill 1 wasn't bad.
I thought it was fantastic. It's a movie that I've watched multiple times and still enjoyed to this day. It's not perfect, but it's much more enjoyable than whatever the hell we just watched.
Yeah, I think retroactively it has got a few more brownie points as a result of it.
And
I've simply not seen Revelations.
is that the second one?
Yeah, I think that's the one that's inspired by Silent Hill 3, I'm pretty sure.
Is where it's got Heather in it, so like the whole point
Yeah.
is her story. It's the retelling of Silent Hill 3, which I guess they've all kind of done. Silent Hill 1, the movie, was Silent Hill 1. Silent Hill 2, the movie, was Silent Hill 3, and then for some reason they went Silent Hill 3. Oh yeah, we'll make that the Silent Hill 2 movie.
Yeah, that's a confusing thing. Oh, we're watching Silent Hill 3. Oh, which one is that based on? Silent Hill 2.
Now,
Okay, what is Silent Hill 2 based on? Silent Hill 3.
yeah,
Alright, then.
Yeah, but it's
Carry on.
Return to Silent Hill, not Silent Hill 3.
Well, this is the thing, though. He
Right.
didn't return to Silent Hill.
I
Realized... Why did he live there?
We realise we have the weird set of pills at the moment. We've got level 2 and level 1, so that's something that we'll need to remember next time. Harriet, if you don't mind, because me and Dan will probably have the more talking points. If me and Dan take the level 2
you take
pills,
the pills.
Dan, you take the level 2 pills that are there.
I see them.
That is level 1.
Oh, there we go. How do we take pills again?
Right click. And Harriet, if you take the level 1 pills.
You sure? I don't mind.
No, carry on. No, I want you in this for as long as you can as well. We'll see how we go. Because the level 2 pills, me and Dan are going to be back up to max by now, I would imagine. I'm not too sure. Anyway, so regarding the second Silent Hill movie, now Dan, we mentioned this earlier, so you probably remember. But for the podcast's sake, do you remember the main reason why we skipped that movie entirely?
The trailer wasn't good was the main thing, but normally that shouldn't put me off, so I don't understand why I was like, no, I'm going to give this one a miss. I do believe it's because we saw a clip, which I think looking back, it turned out to be Pyramid Head moving some chains, but it really looked like he was on a motorcycle.
It looked like he was on a motorcycle.
I just thought to myself, is that the sort of thing they're going to try and get away with? And I thought, it's 2011, of course they're going to try and have it on a motorcycle.
I honest to God, yeah, I swear, like, that, the way he was posed, that's what I pictured. And because we had only watched the, because we didn't see it online, did we? We saw it on, like, television, I think.
It was just an actual TV advert back then.
It was at your granddad's house, I remember.
I think it were. It was just...
They were having a party.
It didn't fill me with hope.
Yeah. And we saw that, and we were like, Pyramid Head on a motorcycle? What the hell? They've ruined it. And then years later, we watched the trailer again. Turns out he's not on a motorcycle. I'll put this up in editing, and you'll see exactly what I mean.
He turns out to be a good guy as well, which is confusing.
What? Oh no, I don't want to. I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, and spoiler alert again. I think Fake Heather and Kit Harington are in trouble by some sort of like weird potato sack monster thing, and it's got to kill them. And then Pyramid Head saves the day.
Okay, that's weird.
I don't think he talks. I'm not sure if he does.
Speaking of him talking, go ahead, Harry.
Isn't the Pyramid Head supposed to be a bad guy?
Yeah, that's my grievance.
Yes and no, and mostly yes. So there were many. Okay, so here's the thing that you got to know about Silent Hill. Nothing is completely set in stone. It's all vague enough that you can theorize loads of different ways of telling the story, and in some ways, all could be right. Except for the movie we just watched.
But that just sounds like bad writing if nothing's set in stone.
It's really hard to explain without going into the game itself. So Pyramid Head is kind of the... and I'm going to stick my foot in my mouth here because it's been a long while and I forget the exact lore. But he was kind of like the... I don't want to use the word guardian, but like kind of the demon of Silent Hill, created by the... Would you say it's right in saying the fears and also the vices of the residents of Silent Hill, Dan?
So Pyramid Head himself was a manifestation of James.
Yeah.
And how he wanted to be punished, or had to be punished for what he did to Grove, his wife, if you will, or just his girlfriend in the movie for some weird reason.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird.
That's why
where were her
them.
nurses?
Where's everyone in that film? That's silly.
But yeah, no, Dan is right in that. It was only until Silent Hill 5 that they kind of brought him back, and that was one of the reasons why I disliked that game. But going back to it, Silent Hill 5, actually quite enjoyable for what it is. But yeah, no, Dan, that's the thing. Silent Hill is made up of the mental manifestations of all the characters, fears, their pain, their vices, anything that's like, you know, mentally fucked with any of the characters. For instance, I'm gonna censor myself and just say the hard R. I'm gonna assume you know what I mean when I say that. Angela, who was in the movie, in the game, she had a very difficult relationship with her father, who committed the hard R, and was very abusive and just completely destroyed Angela's psyche. And everywhere she looked in Silent Hill was like hell for her because of all the stuff she's did. Is one of us dead right now?
Yeah. No, we're fine.
No.
Since how that hit me, I'm gonna take the other sanity pills. There really is
Why
a
was
lot.
she building the dam at the start of it? That was silly as well.
Oh yeah, that completely had nothing to do with the movie. Like,
oh, just the bar scene.
No, no. That was a whole complete different. That's something that annoyed me, actually. Why was everyone at the start of it seemingly superpowered? James pushed the man, and he went about 20 feet backwards.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. At what point there was like not like just a few different camera angles of him being taken out of the bar, like being asked to leave, sort of thing. There was like 100 different camera angles all at the same time, and there was nothing good. Even the way it shot pissed me off.
I'm gonna light one instance because why not?
Just about, it went into a fast passing mode for a little bit. Silent Hill's never been a fast passing game. I don't know why we did that. And it's like he was filming it through his phone. I don't quite understand that.
So, yeah, so that's as much as I can tell, Harriet, like, in the short time that we've got during the podcast, of, like, what kind of Silent Hill is. It's a messed up place, that messes with your own psyche. If any of us were there, like, I don't know, I'd probably have mental attributes back to, like, school or something. Dan, just anyone who annoys him, and you,
everything I hate.
I was gonna say
film again.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, pretty much.
I'd go in there and I'd be at the cinema and it'd just be now showing Return to Silent Hill. No.
So in light of that,
let's put it again.
So in light of that,
confusing. Yeah, I've played the game and I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
I read up on it. It's just a man aggressively refusing his therapy. That's all I can see.
So I was gonna say, in light of that, I'm gonna try and stick to the film and mention the game less. The movie was not about Silent Hill. It was about a man who refused to let go of his girlfriend who had died, and like for some reason it involved Silent Hill, and somehow he went back in time at the end. Or at least that's what it's felt like to me.
Oh, see, I read up on that.
Yeah?
So I did a little bit of reading. I did an interview with Christopher Gans, the director of the film. That was apparently, and he didn't convey this very well, that was his final vision as he was drowning.
Right, no, that was not conveyed very well.
I can only assume that's why we were playing the sad "someone has died" music, but we didn't convey. We could have put like a grey filter on it or something like that.
I have a bugbear about that.
Go on.
He drowned. Load of shit. There was no water in the car, but it showed that there was bubbles.
Incense?
It also didn't help. He was in a convertible.
It was a load of rubbish.
Would have
I didn't
floated
enjoy
away.
it. No stars.
Typical.
Huh?
No stars.
Well, take it away, Harriet.
There's nothing else to say. It was a really bad
There's
film.
plenty
Don't
to
bother
say. What are
watching
you
it.
talking about? There's plenty
Do you
to
know
say.
what?
Awful.
I like the fact that 4 people, 2 different sets of people, left the film. Best
Oh, yeah,
part about
that
the film
was
is that just one random person came back with only like 5 minutes left of the film to go.
Not even that. Like 30 seconds left of the film. He missed He missed pretty much the pivotal part.
And my favourite part of the film is where the cinema viewing itself paused like 3 or 4 times. That gave a really good experience, actually. I'm gonna leave the lighter here.
Twice, but no, it did like quite early on, didn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought about that detail at the start. That's how I knew. I knew the cinema itself was in trouble. When before we could just hear the nightclub music next door, and I thought to myself, this might be a part of it. Maybe it starts in a nightclub, which bizarrely it did.
But it wasn't good.
Oh well, we've established that from now on, but I wasn't aware.
And
how
I don't
bad
know
it...
if Pyramid Man is a good guy, is a bad guy. I don't know what his purpose was.
Not a good guy. At no point has he or will he be a good guy. Except for...
He got rid of the annoying person.
Yeah, but that's something else I don't quite understand, because it seems like he was there to summon James, or James summoned him to do it, which I don't quite understand.
I just remember whispering to you, is her wig supposed to be that obvious?
I don't know why she looked like a very, very bad cheap cosplayer. And he sort of brutalised her character, not in a way I would understand, because in the original game, she's a little bit floozy and a little bit, oh, I know what's going on. Oh no, who can this be?
That'd be me.
That's me. Farewell!
No! No!
On your own.
No! Just kill me, please! Oh, heaven's sake. Well, this is just wonderful. We had a feeling this might happen, didn't we?
Oi.
Hey, Dan.
Well,
let's let Harriet speak.
There's nothing else I can really say. So I know nothing about Silent Hill. Really glad that it's me left to talk about the film and the game itself. Leon isn't in it, everybody. Turns out that's Resident Evil, which is also a totally different franchise. There was this weird little girl. The actress was very good. Annoyingly, she was told to play really annoying and stupid. If you see an unwell-looking child giggling at you and then running off, why would you go, oh yeah, I'm going to follow her into a maze? That would never be a thing. But James went, oh yeah, I'm going to do that instead. Not worry about the weird, mucusy-looking, curtain, creepy, animal, monster-looking things. No. Which also, we need to address why on earth they've got weird-looking vaginas coming out of their chests, and they're spewing something that corrodes metal. Not even touched on that. But I don't like the fact that there was just some weird kid. Oh, finally, it's my time! End it all! No! Yes! Yes. Basically, don't watch the film. Finally! Sweet relief. Thank God.
All right, part 2. So, to answer your question about the vaginas everywhere, the part of the psyche of mostly, I don't know about, just James really. He was like in the original, he's highly like sexually active, and so they're just vaginas everywhere.
Got me up. He wants to go on it. He likes the nurses. I mean, he fancied the nurses in Mary's Care.
Yeah, I think so.
What?
Yeah, he was on it. I'll tell you what's why he murdered her. In the original, as opposed to being like, James, I'm suffering, kill me. And also,
that's not why he killed her.
From the coat. He was just bored. He was just like, I'm gonna kill her.
It is.
Holy shit!
It's not. It's not why he killed her though. Well,
Half her out.
Ending the bad
Fair play,
ending.
James.
The bad ending. He killed her for that, I think. But in the like the true ending, he killed her because he didn't want her to suffer anymore, and he had
We all suffered as a result.
he completely forgot about that thing. Yeah, so he did go a bit crazy. which the
People
film
from Silent
kind
Hill.
of got right.
Yeah, to a degree.
So let's go from as much as we can remember, scene by scene. So the beginning of it, where we see an unnamed male character driving a Mercedes, I believe it was.
We know it was James.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was James to begin with, because he was driving like a maniac. He lit up the thickest blunt that, I never expected to see in a Silent Hill movie. God, if this isn't unreal, I swear
How can
to
he afford a Mercedes?
apparently he was a bit of a playboy, rich guy in that movie, which I did
But
not.
he doesn't look like it.
Oh yeah, he was an artist, wasn't he? Yeah.
We never established how well of an artist, because when he has that thing with Eddie, and Eddie's like, "Have I heard of you?" James is just like, "I don't know." But he must be like famous to some extent. Well, not famous, but like famous for an artist, I suppose.
He probably just got all his. No idea. Like, just.
Why
Also,
is he
was
travelling
Eddie
around?
real?
Eddie was real. I don't know where the fuck he went halfway through the film.
Or we get to that.
This
Well,
Okay.
that's the thing is, yeah. Like the thing is, in Silent Hill, in the original game, everything was real. Like that, because that's what Silent Hill does to you. In this movie, nothing was real. It was all in James's head. Because
I'm
that's
so
how
sorry.
the
Dan,
movie was
can you not do
portrayed.
that pose?
Oh,
You
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. You were like this.
So this mysterious
Sticking
man,
to the rules of my book.
who's a painter because he's got easels in the back of his Mercedes, and he's smoking a blunt while driving, nearly crashes into a lorry, runs over this woman's suitcase, who she gets mad and or the lock is broken and all of her stuff comes out, and rather than taking an extra 30 seconds to just grab it all again and get on the bus, she's just like, nah, go on, leave me alone, you carry on, mate.
Yeah.
Like,
This is what I think. She's like running to flag down the bus. The bus is already stopping. The bus isn't on the road. It's already pulling over, and she's like jumping in front of it. Wait for me.
yeah, why is she
Okay,
getting in front of
oh,
it?
Like the
It
bus
wasn't
driver-
leaving, it only just pulled up.
Yeah. She's got plenty of time. That sort of bus, it would take ages.
Yeah.
So
hmm
part of me thinks maybe if we're to give the benefit of the doubt, maybe she just didn't want to leave. She was stuck in the coat, and she was like, "Ah, fuck it. This
Yeah.
must be fate, but I shouldn't leave." If I am to give the film one good point, they got the sets down to a T in the early part of it.
I thought that too. The sets were really on point. And then, as I was going through the movie, I was just like, hang on a bit. There is a lot of green screening going on.
It had
They
it right.
didn't show me one bloody coffee shop, and there is loads in that game from what I've seen.
Everybody take some pills.
Have two.
No, I dropped it. I
That was
picked.
the side quest. Oh. No, I meant coffee shops. Oops.
I didn't see any.
Yeah.
Well, that's all side quest, I suppose.
He didn't go in a single shop.
Well, what I did find an interesting deviation in the games, it's just a place where he went on holiday a few times. But in the movie, he lived there,
Yeah, that was weird.
which I don't quite understand. Why did he return then? He never left technically. Well, when did he leave? Because when
Well,
when
he
his
left
plan
after
fell-
he saw her doing the cult thing, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm leaving you because I saw this horrible thing," which
Which is
Yeah,
a
but
valid
first
point.
established-
it was valid, yeah, absolutely valid point.
But the other
Why
weird
did they bring a
thing,
cult into it?
exactly. The other weird thing, so when he's talking to her and she's been like, never mind, to the bus.
Yeah,
This massive, weird, freak storm comes out of nowhere, and it's not a normal-looking storm. And she's
yeah.
like, "Ha, it's just
It's
a
just a-
summer storm."
yeah.
And I was
Silent
like,
Hill
"What
storm.
reaction's that? That's not
Yeah.
normal."
Yeah, I've never had
Well,
a Silent Hill
in
storm.
fairness to her, yeah, she obviously knew that it was related to the cult. Is the only way I can spin that, because yeah, it was done. So
What happened to the cult in the end? They just disappeared.
well, so so we see the two characters get together. Yeah, like she doesn't end up leaving. She's just like, oh, I'm gonna stay in town. And he's like, why? What's over there? And she's like, oh, it's Silent Hill. And he was just like, oh, that looks like a hotel at the front. Like, no fucking shit, James. And she's just like, oh, well, why don't you come down there with me? And my name's Mary. And he's like, oh, I'm James. And that's when I was just like, oh, God, it actually is. And because I didn't realize it was James at first. I thought it was setting up to something until they gave each other the names.
Possibly set up for?
I don't know, Dan, but the fact that he looks nothing like James Sunderland, yeah, was really throwing me off, which I suppose is kind of the point in movies. They want to take your expectations and like throw them away, don't they?
Smash them. Don't make James Sunderland has never been like. Don't get me wrong. Movie James Sunderland wasn't cool. He was a bit of a fucking loser as well. But James Sunderland has always been like sad boy in my head.
In all fairness, yeah, he's a bit of a blank slate in a way though, because he's just like, oh well, I don't care how it is. I'm still gonna go to the town and
yeah,
find
exactly.
my wife.
To me, that's always been intentional. He's always just been so like fucked up from killing his wife. Like he's just been completely desensitized and like non-reactive to everything.
How do you play that into a movie without it getting like too boring? I don't know.
Easy. Just make him be like whatever. There's plenty of characters who are like that this day and age. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
So in the next scene, yep. You first.
I was actually not going anywhere with that. I was winging it.
Yeah, fair enough. So in the next scene, if I remember, we see him going a bit crazy because his wife's not there. He's in his. He goes back to his room after, and that's it. He gets kicked out of the bar, doesn't he?
The weirdest openings I've ever seen.
The woman is like, "Oh, looks like you've had enough. You should go home." And he's like, "Yeah, you're right." And then he accidentally knocks into her. She drops the thing, and then everybody gets mad at him, and that like makes it worse. Yeah, like.
Sorry, that's my bad.
I'm with him. It wasn't his fault, yeah. But why didn't the waitress, like say anything like, "Oh no, it was my fault," or "It was his fault," yeah. But he was going quietly until
he was sick of his point.
Probably. So he gets kicked out. Yeah. He has a sleep and a skip, I think. He heads back home, and he's going to, he's having a crazy moment, and then he notices a letter on the floor. Right. Can we just point out that this letter was nowhere near the front door, near a letterbox? It was just in the middle. Like, James, how have you not already opened this? It somehow got in your room, yeah? Like, you must have picked it up at some point. Why are you just only noticing it now?
It was also
Am I to believe that he wrote it himself?
That used to be one of the theories of the Silent Hill game. So it wouldn't be too far off. I don't believe it. I believe that
Well, she didn't write it. She's dead.
Yeah. It was very much different from the letter itself from the game, which, Harriet, we're going to have to show you the game at some point. We'll probably do another podcast with your afterthoughts after seeing the game. I would love to see your thoughts on this. Oh, have I run out of... Could someone like... Thank you. I think I've run out of... I have... I'll grab another box.
I was surprised by the lack of promise with Pre in there as well.
Yeah, same. That was...
We didn't play it once.
The scene that came up, where Angela was on the floor, you'd think that would have been... Because that's when it plays in the game.
Yeah, any of the fucking scenes. Just... It had so many, why did they keep playing that weird classic sort of song that's in every... It must be
horror movie. At this point. It is. Well, all classical music is.
Yeah, it was in Final Fantasy VII, for God. It was like when the plate fell, it had that sort of song. And he loved that song.
I'll play it
Why was that homeless man in it, by the way? What's the point in him? I know it's to establish that these creatures were bad, I must admit, I did quite find, his melted eyeball onto the floor, quite a cool effect. But why was the homeless man waking up and was like, oh no, they're coming back, and then immediately die? Oh, fuck off.
So, can you imagine if she was singing, the song from the movie?
Ha!
The classical one. I can't do it. Anyway, so after he has his bit of crazy moment, he drives over the Silent Hill, and he comes to a halt because the road is blocked with no access. So he stops the car, takes a detour, like he does in the game. He goes to the graveyard where he meets Angela, who is in the game, but is clearly looking the same but different. So Angela at this moment is building a dam because I suppose the weather is quite high, the lake is rising, so they need to build a dam so it doesn't ruin anything around it. But it was kind of not needed, it just felt really random.
Water wasn't going anywhere.
No, we didn't really. I mean, I suppose it kind of sets it up because otherwise she'd just be standing there. But in the original game, she is reading over the gravestones because she's trying to find her family their tombstones. And she doesn't know that they're dead. I swear to God, if I'm dead already.
Yeah.
Oh, she's fast. She's fast.
Oh, she is. Oh, she's only having a good time. Where are you at, woman?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Why was she a moth?
Was she a moth? Oh, I see. I thought you meant the ghost.
We get to the moth bit. Oh my God, Harriet! Oh my God, your hand. All right. I lost my train of thought. So Angela is there, and she what was it she said to James? I honestly don't
Something
remember.
like, grab a bag, and he's like, what? Well, grab a bag.
There was that. So he starts helping her build the dam, but then what does she say?
Oh, I don't quite remember.
You shouldn't have come back or something?
Something like that. Beforehand, he got rid of the last line, which already upset me a little bit. But she's just immediately by the way, don't go into town, it's fucked up. He's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go anyway. And she's like, whatever, dweeb.
I was gonna say, in the game, in the game she says that. She's just like, I don't think you should go. It's dangerous. And
yeah.
Then he's like, oh, okay. I'm not lying. No, I didn't.
I really like the game, Angela. We really fucked the character up in this.
So he disregards what she says. He goes into Silent Hill. And what happened then? There was a lot of walking around, him kind of seeing nothing. And then that's when he finds the old man, the homeless guy, next to the radio. And you and I reckon Harriet wasn't. You and I were expecting the rubber boy. I can't remember what the enemies are called.
I know the ones you mean.
What are they called?
Just a simple, the weird, I don't know what they're called either. Armless things.
Straitjacket enemy or something.
Yeah, we all know what they are.
So you and I are expecting that to appear straight away, and instead the first jump scare we see is this homeless guy being like, "What are you doing?" And we're just like, "Oh, geez, okay, sorry, didn't mean to wake you."
Still there, just go home. Well, not bad turn of phrase, but just leave town. You got nothing there for you.
So he's just there, and James runs away, and then does it start going crazy?
Yeah, so the weird bloody classical song goes off. It doesn't really have a lot of radio static.
No.
It makes a point of homing in on the radio, but then the creepy song may as well be the enemy approaching the song. But yeah, shit goes down from there on. Christopher Gans, the director, clearly gets confused on what Silent Hill game he's actually on. Oh, fun fact, he's never played a Silent Hill game before.
Oh, okay, that
That
explains a lot.
explains a
So
few
he's
things.
basically looked at all the cutscenes and went, "I'll put that in my movie."
Yeah, pretty much. Or he's gone off exactly like what someone's told him about.
Mm.
I
Oh.
assume he must have seen it to some degree.
Going back though, before James enters, the bit with the mirror, that was done really well because obviously it's a
Oh,
one-to-one
yeah, that was that.
of the original mirror scene in the game. I liked that. Probably the only part of this movie I liked.
Yeah,
So,
I wasn't really parts of the film. Well, did I like any parts of the film? I like some of the sets, and that was it. Oh no, I'm dead.
oh, okay. Should I carry on, Dan? Oh, you can't tell me. I don't really want to carry on. I'll say little bits here and there because now it's just me. So following that, the siren goes off. Everywhere goes red, and hell, starts dawning all across James. And the bit that really annoyed me, I'm sure you'll agree with this when you're alive again, is there wasn't just one straitjacket enemy. There were hundreds of them, and I'm just like, that's not Silent Hill, yeah? That's a zombie apocalypse. That's... Harriet was right, yeah, this might as well be Resident Evil, against the zombies, because the enemies in Silent Hill, they're not supposed to come at you, full charge. It's supposed to be scary and one at a time, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm going to die from this horrible being coming towards me right now!
I think it's a thing.
Okay. So, agree with me, please, yeah? It felt more like a zombie movie during that scene, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely did. I did think it was more Resident Evil than anything.
Yeah, I was just like, well,
Which
Harriet,
didn't help my confusion.
yeah, it might as well have been Leon.
I felt really bad for that rat that got eaten by a bug.
Oh,
Yeah, there was no need for that. What the hell?
Yeah.
And why on earth did they give them such distinct mouths?
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
was-
actually.
that
I think
was
there's
weird.
probably some monster design. Yeah.
I get James likes sex. So does most of us. But at no point do I imagine the animals having little holy mouth things. It's just very
Yeah.
weird.
That was quite strange to be fair. I'll give them that.
Someone
That
have a word with
spider-
James.
That human spider had a very fucking notable ass, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They
Yeah,
put a lot of
someone
attention into
got
that
paid
bum.
too much to give that thing absolute cake.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
There was no need.
that was a proper Bayonetta ass right there.
And why did they have a weird fight with Pyramid? It was such a weird fight between the two of them.
Well, it was.
I won't lie, at one point when Pyramid Head had the spider butt thing on the table, I was like,
a little turned on. Sorry.
he's gonna fuck it. He's
Well,
gonna
well,
fuck
no,
it.
I-
That butt was facing him.
Well, I mean, we'll get to that scene, yeah. But in the
Sorry,
actual,
I can't help myself.
in the actual game, you do see Pyramid Head are wording some of the mannequin enemies. So
Oh.
at least that's
Yeah,
how
that's
it
sort of
that's
fucking
how it
worked for a bit.
looks. But
But he
it's-
didn't want to do it to the spider thing. Fair.
I don't think they could
Oh.
have shown it is the thing. So I mean, part of the movie was kind of all over the place that it didn't even fit the how the game went. So after Silent Hill comes, everything goes red. What happened then, Dan and Harriet? Do you remember?
Oh fuck, I remember.
When it goes red,
Yeah.
when
It's
he's
all over the
there.
place.
When it's all hellish, when
Oh.
all of the enemies were there, he starts running away, and then I can't remember what
Yeah,
happened
you
then.
kind of see from his POV. I know you said it's not a first-player game, but they had it from his POV. He was looking around, and they was doing this awful camera angle, like that scene in Twilight when Bella's moping and looking through her window,
yeah.
waiting for Edward to come back. It kind of went from this blue-grey to this kind of burnt colour, and then there was weird Stranger Things-esque vines going everywhere, and it was like the sirens, and then all these weird little curtain corset vagina people were coming at him, and he just kept running. He didn't go in a shop. He didn't hide. He just kept fucking running to nowhere, it seems. It didn't explain why the sirens were happening. It didn't explain how the sirens were happening.
And that's why.
And on the radio, it was like, everyone needs to leave Silent Hill now.
And that's why it doesn't portray very well going from a game to a movie. Because in the game, it's like, well, not completely obvious why there's a siren, but usually when the siren plays, that's when you descend into hell in the video game. And when the siren plays a second time, you go back into the normal-ish world. So after the first hellish world, I can't actually remember what happened then. So I'm just going to say we ended up in the... Okay. I guess it was the scene with Eddie next.
Yeah, so we went into... Eddie was just puking up. Doesn't say why.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because like after the hellish part, yeah, he was like all afraid and that's it. We see the TV, the static TV, and that makes him go a bit insane because he sees something on it, but it doesn't explain it then until the end of the movie, and so we're just like, oh, okay. For me and Dan, or at least for me, I'm like, oh, that's the TV that was in Silent Hill where you see James's dead, like he sees himself dead in a chair. But he doesn't acknowledge it. It's only for the players. They're just like, oh my god, is that James? Oh my god, that's freaky, you know?
As far as I knew, some guy just left the TV on, and then you could hear some guy just vomiting in the toilet.
So this is where Eddie comes in. He's vomiting in the toilet like he does in the game. And in the game, he's all very nice. In the movie, he's kind of got this hobo chic going. And he's kind of a bit edgy towards James.
He's kind of an ass.
And that's his entire character. That was it. There was...
Apparently...
Yeah.
So I read up. The director originally, he filmed it, we just didn't release it, but he actually had a scene where Eddie died, and he even had, like, his boss room. So we weren't going to go somewhere with his character, we just apparently ran out of time because he had to limit it to 2 hours.
Okay, that's weird. So
all the things they could have cut.
So
just don't put him in at all then.
Yeah, because it also didn't make sense with how the movie version plays out. So we see Eddie. He's a bit of an ass. Yeah, I can't remember what he's talking about, but he's just like, James is like, why are you here? Oh, because no one else is here. So it's like this city belongs to me now. We start walking with him.
Makes no sense.
We meet Laura, who's behind some bars, who in the original game, she kicks the key away from you, and she's like, ha ha. Little bitch.
Yeah, she's just a snotty little dickhead in the game, isn't she?
But in this, she's like a weird, creepy doll cat. In fact, she reminds me a lot of the doll enemy in Resident Evil 8.
Oh, I've not played Resident Evil 8.
Oh, have you not? Okay,
I've not.
I'll brush that aside. But anyway, yeah, she's just this creepy doll character who, just happens to appear. Have we taken pills, by the way?
No, but we should.
Yeah, everybody take some pills.
It bothered me because the actress itself, she's in the Netflix series Wednesday. And she plays like an invisible character, but you occasionally see her.
Yes.
And her big eyes are legit. They are that big, and she's like a really good actress.
I knew I recognized
but they just
her
made her seem so meh.
Yeah. So in the original game, she's like friends with Mary. They were both on the same hospital ward. In this, she's just kind of there. She knows Mary, but it doesn't say why. James. I nearly said Harry, that's the first game. James starts running after her, try to get as much information from her as possible, but then she just kind of goes weird doll mode and it's just like, oh, this is my doll. It's like really upset because life sucks or something. I really don't remember anything about the doll. It just kind of felt like slipped in.
The doll was moving in the film.
Yeah.
So, another fun fact about the doll, I did my research. So, originally the film was meant to be quite different. They had a guy playing Mary's dad, but he wanted too much money, so we cut him away from it.
Okay.
So we're gonna involve a lot more of the cult. Would you like to have a guess what the doll was meant to just be? Supposed to represent?
Pyramid Head?
No. It was meant to be Mary's baby after she had an abortion. The reason she had the abortion was because it was her father's baby.
Okay.
I'm like, and he was like, acting like it was all sad, but if he had to cut it, and he was like, I kept the doll anyway because I thought the doll was interesting, and I had such like a Marge Simpson with a potato energy from it. Like, I just think the doll's neat. And like, just let the doll go. The doll's unimportant to the rest of the film.
Fair enough. Yeah, if you think it's neat, yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah, but it really didn't. No, it didn't really play into the film that well. It just confused
No,
me.
it didn't at all. It was stupid. So I think, and another fun fact as well, Laura was played by Laura's voice actress from the game, the remake. Now, you'd think, oh, okay, that's a nice bit of continuity right there. The director didn't know. It was just a happy coincidence.
Wow.
She said it like halfway through that because she like literally she had like an NDA at the same time saying that she can't tell anyone about it. But obviously once it ran out, she was like, by the way, did you know that I actually voiced the character in the game as well? And he was like, what game?
Oh, of course he said what game.
He's a fucking imbecile.
Was it M. Shyamalan that did this film?
No, some guy named Christopher Gans. He did the first two as well. He did, and he wants to do more. I don't think
that's weird because the first film I actually really enjoy. I haven't seen the second film because I thought there was a motorcycle riding Pyramid Head.
I think he did. I can't be too sure if he did the second one, but he definitely did the first one.
We definitely should watch the second one at some point.
It's weird, though, because he's clearly got, like, he had the passion for it. I don't know what happened to it. But to me, it's almost as if he watched the wrong game from Bloober. Like, I know I said this in the cinema, but it's like he thought, okay, maybe I should check out one of the games. Silent Hill. Made by Bloober team? Oh, this must be it. And he's put layers of fears on, because the last 20 minutes of the film, it's just, none of it is so nonsensical.
Yeah.
He goes from a bit, like, a burning building, shuts the door, he's in hospital now, shuts another door, he's underwater, shuts another door, there's Vecna, we're in the wrong film again. Now he's a painter, and he's drawn a pyramid over his own head. It was silly. Just silly.
Oh,
and it annoyed me too much.
Scene. Well, there was actually a scene that just before Eddie, they started showing when they were in Heaven's Night. Now, Heaven's Night looked nothing like it did in the video game. Heaven's Night in the video game was like a kind of seedy, almost like stripper joint.
Oh.
And in the movie, it's this high class, like, movie star, like, all-round bar, and like it might as well had a casino in there for all I know. It was that like swanky, and you start seeing all these other characters that you're just like, these people don't fit the vibe. They're all high end, really posh, and they're just like, ooh, well, Mary, your father like was such a great man that he founded Silent Hill pretty much, and then as the film goes on we learn that her father creates the cult, and we know nothing more about the cult.
His own daughter. Yeah, the cult just disappears. Like just disappear completely.
The only thing we know about the cult in this movie, if we play the Silent Hill games, each game you learn a bit about the cult, and I can't stress enough that the second game, the cult was very background. You see some notes about it, but it steered away from the cult. The cult was more Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 3, and Silent Hill 5. I guess there was a bit in 4 as well, but in Silent Hill 2, mostly it was James's story. So for some reason they were like, let's shoehorn the cult into this, only for it to be like, oh yeah, we're a cult, so what do you do in your cult? Well, we're very rich, and every now and then we feed Mary these drugs that makes her bleed out of her skin orifices, I imagine, the pores of her skin.
Did it? She just started bleeding out
and then everybody starts eating and licking her skin and getting the blood.
Why was the point in that cult? Like, at no point did we say, like, oh, by the way, we do this because of this. They were just like, we just like doing that to people. Like, we just like licking blood off people.
And it's only Mary, apparently, and that happened. She does She's done that every So
we do it down a road where anyone can just wander in and be like, what the fuck's going on down here?
Well, it was kind of hidden, but because James started following them. So we have a flashback, where he follows Mary and her friends into this back alley behind a chain link fence that has posters on it to hide that, there's a secret entrance there. He goes in only to find a really big locked gate, that he can see perfectly through. Why they didn't think to cover that up, the locked gate, you'd think it would have been a bit more.
Just get a curtain.
And yeah, exactly. And then he sees his girlfriend taking some drugs. Blood pours out of the pores of her skin. Everybody starts eating it and licking it. He goes, Mary, and then that's it. That's all we know of the cult.
I will admit there was a scene that I actually quite enjoyed. It was just the most realistic reaction. It's when he came home from work, presumably, and there was like 20 of them just in the living room. He was like, what happened there? And she was like, we just came round. He's like, oh, 20 of them? And he was like, they're fucking weird. And I was like, that's a bad reaction. Who's this? Get fucked, you freak.
Goodbye.
Oh, no. Bye, Harriet. I could say, well, I
the end of
her.
The clunk.
Well, that was it. Yeah. So that was the scene before he goes stalking her, pretty much. He comes home one day. There's 20 people in the living room, a bit like we are now. If there were 20 people here, and they were talking about James behind his back. And rather than them explaining why they're there, they all just walk up and leave. Is there another...
Yeah, I know.
Is there another...
See you later, everybody.
Oh, Dan, here, you take the incense.
I see the candle.
You take the pills. Unless you want me to, it's up to you. Got it?
Oh, I see him. Hold on.
It's on the table.
Thank you.
Yeah. So... yeah, they just walk out, like nothing's happened. That's when he starts to follow her. And then after that, he ends up back in Silent Hill, and Pyramid Head appears out of nowhere, chasing him. And I can't really remember much on that. He's just there.
I don't remember exactly what happened from that.
And then we see the weird spider monster that, because he thinks it's Mary's body, and then it turns into this big spider monster. Not in the game, by the way, this spider monster.
Yeah, I was directing my head thinking, did I just miss this monster or something like that? I think every monster that came from the game was an awful bastardization of it.
And then Pyramid Head chops off the arms of the spider, and then basically almost does the R word, but doesn't.
Right, hello everybody. Time for my quick segment after review from that. I'm not going
Hi,
to actually go through what happened. Just some different thoughts on the film itself. Starting with, like I said, the monsters. Every single monster was... It's been a while since I've played the game. It's a bit of a bastardization of it. But I don't know if it's just because I've got a bit of Stranger Things fatigue. They all look like Vecna. They're all just people with weird skin looking at him. Fuck off. Why did Abstract Daddy, that's the name of one of them, shove his throat, shove his arm down James's throat? That was stupid. Didn't enjoy that. I don't like the maze. Don't know what the point of that was. Because if you're gonna have a maze in a horror film, put interesting things in the maze. At no point was there anything of relevance in that maze. It was just Laura occasionally jumping by, and then bad prostitute cosplay Maria going by. Don't even get me started on the whole Mary and Maria thing, because in the game, it's the most jarring thing for James. He wakes up, he sees Mary through the bars. It's not Mary, it's Maria. And he's immediately like, oh my god, Mary, is it you? And Maria's like, what the fuck are you talking about? My name's Maria. And that's it. He just thinks it's weird and they just get on. Whereas her, for some reason, she's immediately antagonistic. And fair play to her, she just wants to go. So I don't understand what that part of the psyche is meant to actually be. And then for some reason, they make her acknowledge it to him, which is a weird thing. It's just like, oh, by the way, I know I look like her. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, I'm dead. See you, everyone.
Oh, I'm dead. See you, everyone.
A beautiful send-off.
Yeah.
So where do we get to?
Just met Maria / Mary.
Oh, right, yeah. So Dan was saying how after all that happened, he runs into the maze chasing Laura. We meet Maria, who in the game is a lady that James meets who looks exactly like Mary. And he says it immediately. He's just like, Mary, wait, you're not Mary. And she's like, no, I'm Maria. And, like, I generally liked her look in the movie, by the way. Although, you're right, the wig was quite obvious. But, like...
She just looked like a 90s version of a prostitute. I didn't understand what look they were trying to give her.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's how she looks in the game. And again, it goes all the James sexualizes everything theme. But...
he really does.
But, Harriet... This will be an interesting point from you that I'm going to find. So, like I said, in the game, it's immediately said that she looks like Mary. Did you, in the movie, did you have any thought ever cross your mind, oh, she looks like his dead girlfriend?
I did. I whispered it to Dan, and I went,
oh, you
is
did?
that not just his girlfriend?
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
well,
she looked the same to me.
I didn't get that personally. But I'm glad that actually, because that's what it was. But it was only, I guarantee though, I'm sure other people also cottoned on to that. But, like, me, I can't, I don't know, for some reason I can't recognise those two faces, because I've not seen enough of the characters' faces to get it into my mind.
That's the problem. They also didn't make enough of a deal of it.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of
Apart
other
when
people
she was
that
like,
didn't
I know
get that.
I know I look like her. How do you know that? Because of how you looked at me. A look wouldn't tell you that.
And that was a good...
If someone looked at me... After you.
I was just going to say, that was a good 30 minutes later as well when she finally said that.
If someone looked at me weirdly, I wouldn't think, oh, I must look like that person's dead husband or something like that. Look, what are you looking at me weirdly for, you freak? And why'd she get stabbed? Why did she, like, I know originally she got murdered by Pyramid Head, and then she just randomly appeared later on, no scratches on her. But in this, she just got stabbed by a nurse, laid down for a little bit, and then we're going a bit further into the movie at this point. It's something I didn't understand. James was just like, oh, I'm sick of you now, and Pyramid Head just summons out of nowhere and kills her.
Well, this is the point that the movie was trying to make. It was trying to make that Pyramid Head and James were the same person. It was part of his anger, I guess it would be, and Maria was the fake version of Mary. Again, a lot of it is, like, depending on how you interpret it in the game. In the movie, it straight up pretty much is, oh, yeah, no, that's his anger coming out in Pyramid Head. Maria is his want to have his ex-girlfriend back. And he's like, oh, I know you're just a figment of my imagination, so I'm going to personally murder you with my imagination. And that's...
My imaginary friend. Also...
That's what it was. All these characters... All of this was in James's head. It wasn't Silent Hill fucking with you and giving you weird interpretations. It was... This whole movie was... It was all a dream.
But even Nick...
And the funniest thing is, yeah, Dan, you said to me, Nayfin, what would you think would be the worst outcome of this? And you and Harriet, like, synchronized, both said, it's all a dream. And that's pretty much what this movie was.
That is the point where two people walked out. Just to reiterate, I've been to a lot of cinemas in my life. I have never in my life seen someone leave halfway through. That's the first time by theatre or cinema going live I've seen someone leave before the curtains came up.
I've seen someone leave before the end of the film before. What I've not seen is someone return 5 minutes before the end of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
what
wonder if he was
happened
like,
there?
What if he was like, actually, maybe I'm missing something here?
I could only imagine it was someone working there that they were like, well, time to clean up soon.
Maybe.
So the what happened then? Everybody have some pills.
Oh. My pills, there we are.
So let's see. All of that comes to tuition. We see Angela on the floor in the apartment building. Not that you knew it was an apartment building in the game, you did, but not in the movie. And she's there, like, again, she's just like, yeah, you shouldn't have come. He tries to talk to her. She threatens him with a knife, which really downplayed how good it was in the game. No!
It was good for the comical purposes in the game.
And then a lot of chasing around Laura again. Maria's there. She dies.
But stupid
It was
name
one big
reveal
repetition.
I'm trying to figure out what happened there. And then he remembers the whole thing with the cult, and then he tries to figure out what's going on with his dead girlfriend, and finally he's like,
Oh, didn't Angela then fall into the mattress?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
And there
that
was some
was
weird mattress man.
that was the abstract daddy. So that in the game resembles her abusive father, which you have a boss fight with, you kill it, it goes on the floor, she starts kicking it and shouting like how much she hates her father, and then drops a TV on its head. Presumably that's what happened like in her actual background. Good for her, honestly. And then it gets all hellish again, and then it suddenly goes, there was that weird revert where it was just like, you've just woken up from a coma, you're back in hospital. In Silent Hill, she mentions it's the Silent Hill hospital. I'm just like, wait, isn't Silent Hill fucked up? Yeah, how is he
That's
back?
what threw me off.
Like, if it was in another hospital with that therapist, I would have understood. And that's when it explains to you, yeah, this has all been in his head the whole time. And then after all the events of him being in Silent Hill, getting chased by weird monsters, he remembers his wife as she's in hospital. In the game, she's dying of some nondescript disease, cancer probably. In the movie, she's dying because she had too many drugs because of the cult. And then we see her about to have some water, and then the movie freezes.
For the longest of times.
5 minutes at least. There's this. You see a shot of her about to drink some water, and it just freezes. And then I start having the best giggling fits I've had in a while. I'm laughing like crazy. And then suddenly people are laughing around me. We're all laughing because the film is so bad that it froze on itself.
Yeah.
It eventually resumes after 5 minutes, and then after another 5 minutes it freezes again, and then resumes like after like 30 seconds. And I think at the point everybody's like, I don't really care about this movie. So, come off it.
I think that's the most united a cinema has been with one another for a long time.
And I think because we're like, the movie's so bad that we're kind of at this point like, no one really cares about being quiet anymore, and we know like the last few minutes of this movie is coming up. So like you can hear people talking. I'm still trying to stay quiet because I think it's disrespectful.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, come on, everybody, the movie has resumed now. Let's get back to it.
Yeah. But
we've all had our fun here.
So then he sees Mary for the last time, and she becomes this big moth lady enemy. Now,
Mothra.
I don't know why the movie pushed so hard on the moth motif, because she kind of has that moth look on the final boss. It's the way her like her dressing gown is spread out. I don't think it's meant to really resemble a moth, or if it is, it's supposed to be symbolic in some way. But the movie really pushed hard on it, and I don't think it meant
Heavy
anything.
symbolism.
For what? I don't know.
No sense.
Yeah, I'm with Harriet.
Here's something I
I'm sure it
And
means
you know what?
something.
I don't
if-
care what they wanted to symbolise. It looks stupid. She looks stupid. She looked like a creepy mummy.
I honestly think there was something in the game that was just like, oh yeah, this symbolizes a moth, because the writer was just like, oh wow, that's a cool idea. I'll make her look like a moth in the movie as well. And then that was
moths
it.
are the symbols of death, aren't they?
Probably.
But you know what? I mean,
Or
I
like-
thought it was a symbol for lesbians. I've no idea.
Could be that too.
All I could think of though, yeah, was just like, is this Silence of the Lambs? Because I could only think of the moth thing they do in that.
The moth on the mouth.
Yeah. And
So what I didn't realise until after the film as well, when I did a little bit of research on it, is Pyramid Head wasn't wearing his usual butcher's apron, but instead he was wearing sandals and a robe.
I
And
didn't
would you
even
like to
notice
know why
that.
this is?
Why?
Because Christopher Gans, the director, saw obviously clips of him dragging his big old knife across the floor, and he thought it reminded him of Jesus Christ. So he basically dressed him like Jesus.
Fucking hell.
He was like, oh, Jesus, he's dragging his sword like Jesus dragged his cross.
I
Therefore,
originally
Pyramid
went
Head-
into the film panicked about what if they make Pyramid Head like
Hot.
extremely attractive. What if they make him buff? What if they
To
make
be
him
fair,
look like
he
a
is
daddy?
actually quite buff. There are some
Well, the
pictures out
guy-
there.
I'll say that he looks strong. But it didn't do anything for me. And granted, it shouldn't do anything for me. It's a game. However, they provided a spider figurine with the biggest, most defined butt cheeks of a Spider-Woman dead body thing ever. Where was the male nudity? There was none.
Completely agree.
I also don't
There was
like
a
the
lot of
fact that Pyramid
vaginas,
Head-
not enough in the penis. Awful.
I also don't like the fact that Pyramid Head was not speaking by any means, but he was
He was
grunting
growling
quite
a lot, and in the game,
Yeah.
he's
Pyramid Head's
silent
meant to be
completely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
what makes him unnerving.
it completely.
And you know,
yeah.
I think it would have been scary just to hear his massive knife going on the ground as
Yeah.
opposed to.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be, and that completely ruined it for me. I was just like, I'm not supposed to be able to hear him. I think he makes one noise when there's the two pyramid heads with the spears and they kill themselves. That's in the game.
Last one, isn't it?
It's just stupid.
But like moving on after all that, and I'm sorry if you're listening or watching this podcast, you probably have no idea where in the movie we are. But apparently we're at the end, and apparently
I don't know where in the movie
he
we are, and I
drowns.
watched it.
Apparently he drowns, and then please don't cuss. Right at the end. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say we're right at the end. Yeah. Apparently he dies because of drowning, even though it wasn't portrayed very well. Remembering that he killed his ex-girlfriend, and then he has that imagination of them actually leaving together rather than going back to Silent Hill. But we were all like, I'm sorry, did he go back in time? It wasn't explained.
It's like they
Because, like-
showed the same clip. It was lazy.
Yeah, very. Oh, it was the full film just wasn't that well put together. It was just shoehorning in as much Silent Hill 2 game scenes into what do you call it? 3D human bug. Don't do it, Harriet.
I don't mind.
Be a
You
hero.
No,
two
it's
have a
fine.
lot more to say than me.
In any
Yeah.
case, yeah, like it. I mean, he'll probably bypass you and go straight for me. That's what happens sometimes. Anyway, yeah, it was just shoehorning in as much Silent Hill 2 moments as possible, while making up a story that they pushed parts of the cult in without really knowing why the cult exists, and making it all about James is going through a crazy hallucination because of the loss of his ex-girlfriend, even though that's not what Silent Hill is about. It's so much deeper than that, and honestly, this podcast isn't long enough to ever be able to explain it all.
Exactly.
Here he comes again. Oh, and a gun. So there's one other thing I want to say. Yeah, I mentioned earlier how a lot of the film I noticed was a lot of green screening, even though the sets were really good. The sets were more than likely all green screened. But then towards the end of the movie, the actor, and we mentioned this before leaving, he looked CGI.
Oh, yes,
really
his hands up the end when he went into the lake.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm sorry, has this
there we
all
go.
gone CGI? Well, this is probably the
Like,
end of
how
our
much you
podcast anyway.
I agree. Goodbye.
Bye, Harriet. We love you. Thank you for joining us.
And kaplunk, there she goes. Yeah, I don't know why his hands, especially with some CGI. I don't know if that was something they had to put in the boat.
I just had a nice thought. What I'm going to do is we're actually going to play a couple of games of this, and I'm going to continue recording and put them up, because we'll probably have a lot more to say about like the Silent Hill movie. Well, we're just going to really, shit on it, really.
As it comes up.
But yeah. But in the meantime, I think we've pretty much covered like the main talking points of the movie, haven't we? It was terrible.
I would say so. Honestly,
really terrible. I did not really enjoy that movie. There were parts of it I kind of liked, but I kind of like walked away from that movie like, well, it just made me want to play Silent Hill 2 the game. That's all it did, really.
What would you give it a rating out of 10?
I would give it a 2, possibly a 3 out of 10, just because there were
I'd
moments.
say 2 out of 10.
I'd probably say 2 with a maybe 2.5. Yeah, because there was some part like the mirror part at the beginning I really liked. Like there were good homages there, but like in all, you know what? No, actually, I'm gonna go with 2 out of 10. Yep, 2 out of 10.
Wow.
Straight up 2
There
out
you
of 10.
go.
Yeah, you can kill me now. I'm absolutely good to go. Goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your podcast. Fuck my life.
Final thoughts of the film. Not very good. My expectations were relatively low, and I was still somehow let down by it. It does, incidentally, remind me a little bit about the scene at the start of the game of Silent Hill, when Angela goes, "Oh, don't go into town, it's bad there." And James is like, "You know what? I know, but I'm gonna go anyway." It felt like that. Angela was life saying to me, "Don't watch this film, it's bad." And I was James Sunderland, about to die. Farewell, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Hey up.